changed after you signed to Eminem? Was the reaction crazy? He said, what was that tidal wave like when suddenly all the Eminem fans became aware of what you guys are doing?
A bunch of nerds and stands and shit that don't understand me and don't relate to what I bring to the table with my music. You know what I'm saying?
Really?
It's like, fuck all that. Where is him? Where is Eminem? We want him album.
What's good, y'all? It's Jay Coffee Talk. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Hit that subscribe, hit that bell. So you guys heard that little clip there. That's Conway The Machine. And he was answering, Vlad. That was on a Vlad interview where, he was saying what was different when you signed with Shady Records. And you heard what he said, like a bunch of nerd Stan type fans, became aware of his movement and everything like that. Of the whole Griselda and all that. Now, this is interesting to me. I want to talk with you guys about this because this whole concept with Shady Records and Griselda, it's kind of been, I don't want to say strange, but I've just had similar things running through my head since they signed. As we know, it's August 2019. They signed back in March 3rd, 2017, to be exact. So basically what I'm saying is why this got brought up is because Lord Jamar just did this interview with Vlad a couple of days ago. You could go check it out. And, Lord Jamar is kind of throwing jabs at Eminem like he does. You know how he don't like Eminem. We don't got to get all into that. You know what I'm saying? We know what that is. But, basically what he was saying is, why did Conway sign with Shady? I don't get it and things like that. So some stuff that I want to bring up to you guys that always kind of seems strange to me about the deal when they signed Griselda, I want to talk about with y'all real quick. So first off, DJ Bandana Black, I'm sure y'all know who he is. Way bigger platform channel than what I have. But I got an interview with him on my channel. You can go back and check it out. And, that was something I, in a comment, once spoke with him because, he knows them dudes. He gets sick of talking about it, actually, when I interviewed him. And I re-asked him the question that I kind of had already talked with him in the comments about. But basically, my question, that I was running through my head always about this was why, since back then when they signed, Griselda, when Eminem signed them, I was thinking right away we're going to see them collaborating on all kinds of projects. Eminem puts out 2 albums, no Griselda on there. Griselda has put out all kinds of, I'm looking at the discography. As we know, well, prior to them to signing to Shady, they had a lot going for them. I'm going to talk about that in a moment. But since signing to Shady, you know what I'm saying? Westside Gunn's put out the Supreme Blientele, a couple of the Hitler with Where's Hermes joints, I believe, because, he's got a few of them. Some of them came out before the Shady deal. Then he just put out Fly God is an Awesome God. Conway has put out that Black Tape, a couple of the Reject joints, but Benny's put out a few albums as well. But what I'm saying is no collaborations with M on there neither. We just are seeing on Bang M and Conway collaborate. Now that's something I want to hear what you guys got to say, because when Vlad and Lord Jamar were talking, and you guys know how Vlad gets, he kind of co-signs whoever he's talking to. Jamar was basically saying, yeah, I don't know how that track, that chemistry seemed off to me, Eminem getting on that track with Conway. Me personally, I think that's a banger, but Vlad agreed with him and did his laugh thing that he does. But me personally, I thought that track's hard, man. Now, whether you like Eminem or not, I feel like he went in on that track, but I don't know. You know what I'm saying? I did another video on that, because we were talking about the cannabis diss and everything in the cannabis Eminem beef. But I don't know. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. about about Bang. You know what I mean? If you liked M's verse or not, what you think of the song altogether, what you thought about Conway's verse and all that. But you know what I'm saying? We haven't really seen these dudes collaborating, and that was strange to me. You know what I mean? We saw, like at the BET Awards, I believe that was, they were in the cypher and everything like that, but we really didn't see them working together. I was like, what's up with that? And what I was saying is, what I asked Bandana Black what he thought about that. You know what I mean? He was like, they don't need to rock with them. Like, they got their, basically, like, they got their own movement going, which we know they do. But, like, beyond what a normal, when we see if a label or a crew or something like that, a collective gets signed to a major label, you know what I'm saying? We normally see them come together and stuff like that. Griselda, he was like, is like nothing you never seen before. You know what I mean? Like, it's just business, basically. And that's kind of what they were saying too, because that's Lord Jamar's point, is what I'm saying. He was saying, you know, Conway didn't listen to Eminem, and you know, Conway did kind of come out and say that in his interview, like the lifestyle he was living in the streets, Eminem was not a part of that soundtrack. You know what I'm saying? He was not a part of what people were listening to. And get in the comments and let me know what you guys think about that. This has come up in other hip-hop discussions I've done as well. But, I mean, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people in the streets really don't rock with Eminem. Now, don't get me wrong. There'll be a couple tracks here or there that they like M. You know what I'm saying? But M is not held in that high regard by people in the streets. You know what I mean? I mean, not everyone, but I'm just saying it's kind of crazy when you sit and think about all this. Now, anyways, getting back to Griselda, another thing that Vlad and, you know, Lord Jamar were talking about, which was another thing that confused me, is when they started dropping these other projects after they signed, you know, mixtapes, albums, you know, like I said, the Black Tape, the Reject on Steroids, I believe is called, that Conway dropped. And, you know, Supreme Blientele and Fly God is an Awesome God and Benny's projects. I was thinking those were going to come out under Shady Records, but no, these are all, you know, strictly under their label independently. That's all them. So it's just kind of weird. You don't typically see that when you see artists sign with a label. You know what I mean? Like, the first off, as I said, you see them just collabing on everything, which we haven't seen. And second off, the label, the major, normally doesn't let the independent artists keep putting things out under their own, you know what I'm saying, label and everything like that. You know what I mean? They want a piece. So it's kind of interesting when you think about it. So some of the questions that arise in my head is, and I want to hear what you guys, you know, got to say about it, is, why did they sign? What do you think? Do you think it was worth it? As we know, what Griselda accomplished independently is amazing. You know what I'm saying? So with them signing with Eminem, as Conway was talking about, yeah, I got a lot of Nerd and Stan fans. Did they need that? Did that help them that much? Like, what do you guys think? You know what I'm saying? And this is something we don't know. What was that bag like? You know what I mean? Like, did these dudes see a serious bag from Shady Records? Because that's what it's kind of, the conversation is all leaning to when you put all this together. I'm not saying Conway and Griselda don't like Eminem. They mess with him, but they're just doing their own thing. You know what I mean? And when we're really looking at this like that, did they really need to sign with them? There had to have been a serious bag involved. So, I don't know. It's just something I've literally thought about since the news of the signing. You know what I'm saying? Here we are in 2019, and we're just going to see the Shady Records projects coming out. I believe there's, you know, the Griselda is going to be like a Benny, Conway, and Westside Gunn album is going to be the first joint coming out under Griselda. And then Conway's solo album is coming out under Shady Griselda. You know what I'm saying? I said that wrong. The trio, you know what I'm saying? Benny, Conway, Westside Gunn is coming out under Shady. And then the Conway solo coming out under Shady. But everything else has been all them. Now, another thing that's interesting to me, but, you know, it's not that big of a deal. We've seen this with other artists. they signed that Rock Nation management deal. Now, that's not something completely out of the ordinary. We've seen artists sign with one label, but then have a management deal with another label. But I'm just saying, the way it seemed like to me, let me know what you guys think in the comments when they were. I want to correct something. Someone in the comments on the video that I did about the Rock Nation Griselda deal was correct. I erroneously put Conway and Benny signed, and the dude was like, wasn't it Westside and Benny? And he is correct. So I'm sorry about that, y'all. I always try to, make that correction if I do put something out there that's wrong. But the way they seemed up there when they were kicking it with Hove and everything, I don't know. It just kind of made me feel like that was a bigger deal to them than the Shady deal. I don't know. Like, y'all let me know what you guys think in the comments. But just an interesting thing, you know what I'm saying? When I seen Vlad and Lord Jamar talking about this, and I'm thinking about everything else I heard Conway say and everything. It's just like, what's the deal with Griselda Shady? Did Griselda need to do that? Why did they do that? You know what I mean? Does Eminem benefit? Does Eminem benefit off it more than they do? Did they need to get them Stan fans? Did they need that extra exposure? Because one thing I will say that we started seeing after the Shady deal that we weren't really seeing before is you've seen all them Griselda, freestyles when they're with Funk Flex, when they're with Sway on Shady 4-5 and all them other joints, where they're them major platforms where they go and interview on the radio stations and do the freestyles. You weren't really seeing that before Shady. So I don't know. Get in the comments. Let me know what you guys think about this whole Griselda Shady situation. Thanks for tuning in. If you're new to the channel, we talk hip-hop, we talk news, we talk sports, we talk current events, whatever. The comments is an open thread, so get up in there and let's talk about this. And if you didn't in the beginning, take that quick moment now. It doesn't cost you nothing. Hit that thumbs up, like, that subscribe, and that notification bell. It's Jay Coffee Talk. Thanks for watching, y'all. I'll catch you guys on the next video. I'm out of here. Peace.